Operator. Hey guys, this is your operator Alex speaking, and today we're talking to you live about Matrix 4 production updates. Now, the last time that I came to you live was back in January, where a lot of things have happened and have not happened due to a certain pandemic since then. So let's get right into it, but before that, if you want more current updates, make sure to check out my blog at cyberpunkmatrix.com, where I provide you updates on everything cyberpunk related every Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Eastern Time. That's Paris time. Also, if you want updates even sooner than that, every day, you can check out my Twitter at Cyberpunk Matrix, where I provide daily updates several times a day on everything cyberpunk related. The website itself, cyberpunkmatrix.com, provides you with your one-stop shop for everything cyberpunk. We have reviews of movies, music, TV shows, video games, anything that's happening in the cyberpunk sphere. Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077, we talk about that, Matrix 4 updates. And also, most recently, I started a new series called Is This Cyberpunk?, where I talk about different media that we might not think is cyberpunk and then look at it and say, is it cyberpunk or not? And then people disagree with me. So feel free to check that out and disagree or agree with me, whatever you want. Also, most recently, we have a new section, which is interviews. So if you are interested in cyberpunk stuff or you're an expert in the field, you can feel free to reach out to me and maybe I will select you to interview you on your thoughts about the cyberpunk genre. And you'll be featured in the interview tab. Now, so let's get right into Matrix 4 production updates. A quick recap on what we've talked about since I saw you in January, if you saw that video. If not, check it out. Obviously, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss are coming back. Jada Pinkett Smith is also coming back, and Lambert Wilson is coming back, all as the old cast from the Matrix trilogy. And unfortunately, Hugo Weaving is not coming back due to scheduling conflict. The script is written by Alexander Hemon, David Mitchell, and Lana Wachowski. Again, this is all a recap. All of my opinions and thoughts about that are in the other video. So just to review everything that we know so far, because it's easy to forget a lot of the people that have been announced and a lot of the things that we know already since this was announced back in August of 2019. Cast members have been confirmed are Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Neil Patrick Harris, Jessica Henwick, Jonathan Groff, Toby Onwuwere, Max Remelt, and Elena Ibarra. Those last three were all from Sense8 cast. I'd also talk about the story and possible continuation from the ending of Matrix Revolutions, certain themes that might be covered, and back then, in January, the release date was expected to be May 21st, 2021. So I'll talk about whether that's going to be the same or not later on in this video. And also the predicted filming in Alameda and the codename Project Ice Cream. That was back in January for February filming. So, since then, what has happened? Well, let's go over more casting updates. Our first casting update back in January 28th was Priyanka Chopra. Priyanka Chopra is a very famous actress and celebrity, especially in India. She was in Baywatch, the reboot, along with many other things, but also, most notably, she won the Miss World 2000 pageant. So we don't know who she's going to be yet. Maybe she'll be the new beau with the Merovingian. Maybe she'll be another character. Maybe she'll be a construct in the Matrix or an actual human. We don't know. Another relative newcomer is Andrew Caldwell, who was in iZombie. He's probably the least well-known of the cast that has been announced. We also have Brian J. Smith, who was in Sense8 as well, so welcome to another Sense8. And Ellen Holman, who was famous in the Spartacus series, so she definitely knows her way around a fight. That's going to be really cool to see. Basically, any actor that's announced that is well known for fights or kung fu or martial arts or fighting, I'm super excited about personally because I loved the choreography in all three Matrix trilogy. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm most excited about those, and then the other ones I'm excited about as well, but it's not as exciting. I just love those action shots. All right, now for the release date for Matrix 4, we know that it was announced on March 16th that the Matrix 4 would be delayed in terms of production. So what happens is that they were able to finish all of their filming in Alameda and San Francisco, at least that we know of. They wrapped up filming early March, just as they had planned, and then March 16th they had to announce that they were going to delay the production of The Matrix for the filming that was set to happen in Berlin in Germany. So all the cast flew, or most of the cast flew to Berlin, and then they couldn't start because of the pandemic, and some of them came back, some of them never left, but it was announced that they'd be on hold until early July, I think like July 6th or so. So that means that they predict to restart filming in Berlin starting July 6th or so, which is really exciting because hopefully the pandemic will be more in control by then and they'll be able to carefully and safely continue production. That bit of news was announced on May 13th. Now, we also know that John Wick 4 has been pushed back, and that in fact they were never going to have Keanu Reeves Day. They were never going to have May 21st, 2021, Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 on the same day. It was a misinformation. It was crossed lines or something like that. Anyways, the release date for Matrix 4 still could possibly be pushed back if more pandemic-related stuff happens to cause future production delays. But as of right now, they're set to restart in July. And since May 21st, 2021 is far enough out and they had started the filming, there's a good chance that they could stick to that date. John Wick 4, however, definitely will not be happening on May 21st, 2021. Another cool bit of information is that Lana Wachowski is filming all of the action herself. A lot of times with big Hollywood productions like this, we have the main director and then you have like a second director who just films the action scenes. It's not happening with Lana Wachowski. She's doing everything herself, which is really exciting. Also, we got a lot of leaked footage because that was filmed in Alameda and in San Francisco where people could just walk the streets and see for themselves because they live there. So we were able to see some really exciting footage, which all of the pictures and some YouTube videos are on the internet and specifically on cyberpunkmatrix.com. You can check my Matrix 4 2020 updates post that has all these exciting pictures that I'm about to describe to you. So we saw, what do we see? We saw some stunts between skyscrapers, specifically someone that looked like Trinity pulling someone that looked like Neo, as if Neo couldn't fly but Trinity could. So, did Neo lose his way and Trinity remembers and is teaching him again? Like, what's going on? I don't know. But that was held in midair between two skyscrapers on a small cable, so it looked really cool. I really recommend that you check out that footage because I'm sure it's going to look very different in the actual film. Then we had... it's great, guys. It's really great that Lana Wachowski makes herself so easily recognizable. She has bright orange and mostly bright orange and a bit of yellow and pink braids. So when you're looking for the director of Matrix 4 in downtown San Francisco, look for the person with giant orange braids. That's the director. That's Lana Wachowski. So we're able to see her very easily behind the camera filming these shots. And so we saw Keanu Reeves walking down the street in front of the House of Nanking in downtown San Francisco. And the cool thing about this is our first chance to see what Neo's going to look like in Matrix 4. Does he look like the well put together Neo that we remember from Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions? Not at all. He's actually, he kind of looks like a bum. He looks like someone who just woke up, who drank a bit too much the night before, and we don't know what happened to him. He has a big beard. He has long hair. He kind of looks like how he looks like in real life sometimes because, you know, everyone with this pandemic is kind of letting themselves go in terms of growing stuff, myself included. I just recently shaved. What happened to him? What happened to Mr. Anderson? We don't know, but I think that probably he lost his way or he woke up again and he doesn't remember his past life perhaps, and so people have to show him the way, the ones who do remember what happened in the previous iteration of the Matrix. Anyways, he looks like a bum. He's walking down the streets of San Francisco And he's looking up at the sky, and we don't know what's happening, but we saw that footage, and so that's really exciting. We also then saw Keanu Reeves hop on a motorcycle behind Carrie-Anne Moss playing Trinity. And so the two were reunited again, and they were on a motorcycle, and the motorcycle looked really cool. And that was filmed along the streets of San Francisco. Again, you can check out the footage on YouTube. And so they had like this rig set up where the team were filming them from the side as they were driving on these motorcycles. And I think they also had like stunt actors on motorcycles, but also Trinity and Neo as well. If you may know that Keanu Reeves loves motorcycles. He's very good at driving motorcycles himself, but in this filming, it didn't look like he was the one who was driving. It was more Carrie-Anne Moss. Again, I don't know why, but there were a lot of like military tanks, not military tanks, sorry, military armored vehicles, kind of like Hummers, sort of, but smaller, in the streets. And we also saw 2 hovering helicopters in downtown San Francisco. So that was really exciting too. Everyone was filming it if they were down there wanting to know what the commotion was about. And along with those helicopters were some explosions. So there were actually some explosions that people were able to see. Big explosions, very exciting, Hollywood blockbuster style explosions. And Lana Wachowski is not messing around. The explosions were so big that it shattered some windows, and there was a lamp, like a street light. The plastic surrounding the bulb melted because of the heat of the explosion for the filming. So, confirmed, Matrix 4 filming in downtown San Francisco has caused minor property damage. Because of how intense the explosions are. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm sure they'll refund the state of San Francisco, the city of San Francisco, the state of California for this small damage that they did. But that's just, it shows how much that Lana Wachowski is committed to this project. So those are pretty much all of the Matrix 4 updates that I have for you right now. Again, it's kind of on hold until possibly beginning July, and so we'll see what else comes that way. So for now, these are all the Matrix 4 updates that I have for you as your operator, Alex. But make sure to check out, make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell, and like this video if you liked it, to keep up to date with any future Matrix 4 updates here. You can also check out my blog, cyberpunkmatrix.com, every Saturday at 5 o'clock Central Eastern Time to see any of the other content that I create cyberpunk related, not just Matrix 4. And check out my Twitter at Cyberpunk Matrix. So from me, your operator, this is Alex signing out.